question that's been raised to me my entire life has been, what's a good Jewish boy like you doing in the kitchen? And I wanted to become a chef. I was sent to the army, became a kosher chef in the army, and my career started from that point on. Finally, something in life that meant something to me that I really did well at was cooking and being in the front of the house, personality, if you want. So for all intents and purposes, I was successful. And in the late 90s, I had Clive's, had a restaurant called Clive's, an upscale steakhouse type restaurant that was doing incredibly well, but there was something in my life that was missing. There was something in my life that was absolutely a void. I had achieved so much, but yet I felt I had done nothing. And there was inside me a little voice that would ask this question: Clive, is this all there is to life? Along came this gentleman, Carlos St. Mary. He said, "Hey, Clive, I've got a way in which you can have your heart's desires." And I kind of listened to him and said, like, what are you going to sell me now? You know, some medication, some potions, what? And he says, through a relationship with Jesus Christ. I'm Jewish. And he said, so what? So is Jesus. And over the next 40 days, I went on this journey of going to read the Bible with him. I asked him to buy me a Bible. And we went and just read all this stuff. And I think that through that reading, God was showing me his personality. God just revealed himself in this very unique way to me. I love, caring, by my side, has a plan, those kind of things. And my life started to change. And over the course of this time, I've realized that food speaks. And that that life is actually but a kitchen. What happens in a kitchen? There's a lot of activity, there's a lot of fuss, there's a lot of mess, there's some great things that happen, there's some tough things that happen. That's life in the kitchen. The same place where masterpieces are created are the same places where landfill stuff is collected. And that's the kitchen, and that's the life we all live in, and that's the world we live in. I started to take notes of what I learned in the restaurant business, what I've learned in life since my conversion and my experience with Christ, with God, and it's come now into a place where I can put it on paper. And I said, what is it that we're all looking for in life? What I've come up with is that it's empty bottle moments, because an empty bottle of wine tells more of a story, a complete story, than a full bottle. A full bottle of wine is basically incomplete. It's still got a story to tell. Our goal in life is to become empty bottles. Our goal in life is to take what God has given us in talents, what God has given us in treasure, our money and resources, what God has given us in just our existence, if you want, in who we are, and time, perhaps, maybe. Time, treasure, and talent are the three things, and we say, take those and pour it into the world. If we think in the line of giving and a serving mentality, I think Jesus modeled that becomes empty bottles. So what has happened in the process, I've come up with these 6, if you want, lessons of empty bottles. And if you apply these 6 elements of empty bottle, what I call empty bottle lessons, into your life, you become, and you experience empty bottle moment. Number 1 is oops. What happens when oopses happen, when we make a mistake? How do we respond to it? Another one is sandpaper. I call it sandpaper moments, when some people come into our life and rub us the wrong way. Elements rub us the wrong way, and sandpaper. Marriages just rub you the wrong way. And the tendency in our society teaches us, run. Don't take sandpaper moments, run. I believe that if we stay in those sandpaper moments, that sandpaper rubs off on us and we become refined. Lunch money moments. And lunch money is where I'd go to school and I'd spend my lunch money. And I'd come home, my mom would say, what happened to your lunch? You didn't eat lunch? What happened to your money? And so I talk about focus and how we come up in life and we can get so sidetracked on everything that's going on around us. Another lesson is lanyap. Lanyap is the Cajun word for adding a little extra. And I talk about how we can add a little extra into our life, whether it be with our kids, with our spouses, with just our relationships. And then I talk about obviously adding little extras into food as well. The bit moments, if you want, BIT, before it's time. And our tendency in this fast-paced world is to do things before it's time. Yum yum is when something's great, it's yum yum, it's yummy. And so I talk about quality and how to make things right by using quality ingredients, quality existence in your life, doing just things that are right. I call it a journey of my life, the lessons learned in my life, as a restaurateur, as a chef, as a follower of Jesus Christ. So it's all those combined. Called it fusion. Maybe that's the best way to do it. My life has been changed over the last 9 years as I've followed and as I continue to follow these 6 principles. And I can see, for the better, I live a life now far better than I ever did. It has nothing to do with the money. It has nothing to do with my surroundings. It has nothing to do with that which you can feel and touch. It has to do with my passion and finding passion through the utilizing empty bottle moment principle.